Okay, genotype. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is IJ Blog, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe so when I post or send special gifts to my subscribers, you'll be amongst the first to receive it. And hit the like button so this video gets to be seen by more people. And share this video with your friends and family. Being a channel about chat, community talk, stories and all that, please, if you have a story to share, write me an email, and I'd love to share your story with other viewers so we can learn, relearn, and unlearn. Because by sharing your story, I often say a problem shared is a problem halved. And on this note, let's get on to it. So the topic I just want to talk about briefly, for those of you watching, especially if you're a single person, a single man or woman, please, it's about knowing your genotype. And what are genotypes? To put it simply, let me not define and confuse you. Some of you watching this must have heard, oh, am I genetics AA, AS, SS? So genotypes are responsible for when a couple comes together, and sometimes we heard in some families where people, a couple who do not mean it, often or sometimes can end up with a sickle cell anemia child. So that's your genotype. And if you don't know, please Google it and please make an appointment with your doctor to get to check what your genotype is and why it's important. Let me tell you what's important to check your genotype, especially at the stage before you even get involved with a man or a woman. So you're able or more able to control a little bit of any consequences or actions of your situation. Is that we know some of us, as you can tell probably from my accent, I grew up originally in Africa, in Nigeria, and growing up as a child, in fact, I had a cousin, bless his soul, I love very much, who was a sickle cell and anemic. And the reason I'm talking about back in the day, in our parents' days, my parents were born in the 20s and 30s, so you could excuse that era that most people did not really know too much about genotypes. But today we live in a world of social media, so much information, Google, access to medical and what have you. So you have no excuse. And I would advise, knowing from the little I know and what I saw as a child, and luckily my cousin lived a little bit long, but it was a constant battle for many years for for the parents, my aunt and her husband, keeping the health going and all what have you. Of course, we know that, in the Western world, we are beginning to hear about some kind of new development in, more or less, I won't call it necessarily curing, but it's apparently like a process for those that describe it, where they kind of flush out a lot of that abnormality in the blood, so that the anemic, sickle cell anemic patient does not get to experience the same symptoms as if back in the day before this new medical development started. But I'm not sure this has managed its way to a lot of developing countries. So please, if you're watching this and you're not sure, or you're about to get married to someone, or you're in a relationship, before you guys take another step, please, I've heard so many stories, and in a nutshell, don't lie and convince yourself and say, oh, love will conquer all. No, please, I know it will be difficult. You need to make sure that you and that person are AA, or at least one person is AA, the other person is AS. Because if both of you, for some reason end up being AS and AS, there's a high likelihood that you may give birth to a sickle cell anemic child. And trust me, when people are falling in love, it sounds all rosy and dandy. But when actuality occurs, you will end up, one of you may end up buckling up, because having a sick child in your life can put a lot of pressure on any family, let alone a couple's relationship. And let me share in a nutshell of a story of a young girl I came across recently. The girl said she was about 21 when she met her. Um, well, at the time they were still married, but I think she was just trying to find her way out of this marriage. The guy lived in the United States or UK, I cannot remember, and wanted to marry someone back. And when they got married, she was in her 20s, he was already early 40s. But it's not about the age here. And when she found out, or one of them found out that they were both heirs, the guy said to her, "Don't worry, I love you, I will always be there for you, and it doesn't matter, let's take the risk. The child may not necessarily be. It may be the next one, it may be the next two, it may be the next three." Anyway, the young girl ended up having a baby, and unfortunately, her first baby at the age of 22 turned out to be sickle cell anemia. And according to her, when she was narrating her story, before the baby was even 2 years old, she's had about 5 or 6 blood transfusions. And complicating the issue, they're not even if they were in the West, it will tell on any couple. You will be hard pressed to be able to go to work or do normal things if you have a sick child. Anyway, in the first 8-9 months this child was born, apparently the guy, the husband, literally, despite the fact that we're really married, abandoned her and traveled to the United States and literally blocked her. And she was left hanging and dealing with this young child. My question is, as a mother, my heart was breaking. But what 22, even 32, 42-year-old woman deserves to be abandoned with a child who has sickle cell anemia or any kind of illness? So the reason I'm sharing this briefly with you in a nutshell is, if you are watching this, I was happy to hear from some of the people that commented. Was a couple of people who were almost married to a man and a woman they were going out with, but when they found out that they were both heirs, it was difficult, but they made the decision not to go ahead and marry. And to me, that was a very wise decision. Because if you think about it, on the other hand, it would be very selfish of you, knowing your heirs, and your boyfriend or fiance or somebody you're interested in is heirs, knowing fully well that the probability of you having a child with sickle cell anemia is higher than without. And put yourself in the unborn future child's position. What child would want to be born into this earth and have to suffer with all kinds of ailments? And there's no way they will go through with you being able to live a healthy and systematic life. So if you love your unborn future children, show some love and consideration. Please do not go ahead and marry someone who has heirs and you are heirs. It may hurt initially if you break up the relationship, but please look at the bigger picture. There'll always be someone else out there. And trust me, many people before you watching this have done such deliberate, intentional, intelligent, considerate actions by not marrying the person because of genotype. Because if you doubt me, you go Google something about sickle cell anemia and see. And I heard from 2 or 3 people who actually suffer from this condition, coupled with what I knew growing up about my cousin and what my aunt and her family had to go through literally all the time to keep their son alive. It is no fun. It's not fun. So please go check your genotype. If you're not sure how, if you're in the UK, contact your clinic. They will tell you. Some of them may charge, and even if they charge, to be honest, a mistake of lifetime or not knowing is a lot more expensive than a few tens of pounds they will charge you. If you're in America and you have your health insurance or you have your local hospital, go in there. The nurses there will advise you. If you're in Africa, Nigeria, South Africa, Zambia, Zimbabwe, go out there. It's not that difficult. Highest is going to cost you is a few amounts of money for your own peace of mind and for your own ultimate goal to avoiding any radical negative consequences. So on this note, whilst you're checking your genotype, please also find out about your blood group. Blood group is also important, maybe not as dire as genotype, but you might as well. I like to know, for me personally, I learned my own blood group deliberately then. I did it at the age of 17 or 19. Are you O positive? Are you A, B, B? Just go ahead, because your health is your wealth. We take a lot of things for granted, especially those of you in developing countries. People take an awful lot for granted until it's too late. And people play a lot of gambling, guessing work with their health. And often people find that they have a disease or illness only when it's far gone, rather than catching it before it's too late. Anyway, I hope you consider what I'm saying. If you're in love, about to be in love, about to get married, or about to have children, please stop. Go and check your genotype. It will save you an awful lot of problems. And as I understand, having IVF is not a solution unless there's a new technology, medical advancement I do not know, that can guarantee you that the embryo to be implanted will be definitely free of sickle cell anemia. Anyway, people, thank you again for stopping by. My name is IJ, and please do remember to hit me on the like button, comment, and give me your thoughts and any suggestions you may have. And I promise, when I have time, I'll chat back with you. And please share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe. So when I give special offers, free gifts, and any new videos, you will be amongst the first to get to know. And until next time, wherever you are in the world, merci beaucoup, au revoir, bye bye, download, bye.